Hello and welcome to Hockey KE's preview of the ACN. Happy New Year to you all. I haven't seen you this year. Actually, we haven't seen each other for a while. Tuliamua tuende holiday kidogo, but we are back. And of course, I'm joined by my brother, George Guna. How are you, bro? How are you doing? Hello, Njugush. Can you hear me? Hello,
Fine, how are you?
Njuguna.
Sorry,
Fine,
can
thank you. How are you doing? Happy
can
New
you
Year
hear
to you too.
me?
Yes, now I can hear you. Hello. Okay, as Njugush tries to sort out his internet connection, you're just going to start. As we all know, the tournament is starting tomorrow. There's a bit of confusion going on with our home team, that is Kenya, but you're going to discuss that much later. Hopefully, we are going to have Brian Yonga, who's going to join us much later to discuss that. But SCN is on. Kenya is among the participating teams, and it's being held in Ghana, Accra, Ghana, and the tournament is supposed to kick off tomorrow. We are going to have a look at the fixtures. We are going to have a look at the pools as well, and discuss the chances of Kenya qualifying for the knockout stages, as well as going all the way to the final. So, how are you doing? I hope you guys are doing well. If you have any comment, questions, or suggestions, do remember to post them in the comment section below, and we shall be looking into that. Yeah. So where do we start? Let's start with the pools. Having a look at the pool, in the men's, we have Pool A, we have South Africa, Kenya, Namibia. In Pool B, we have Egypt, Ghana, Nigeria, and Uganda. This time round, we have seven. We have 7 teams in the men's, and we have Uganda, who are making the tournament. I don't know whether it's for the first time in a while. To be safe, let me say the first time for a while. In Pool A, we have South Africa, Kenya, and Namibia. We remember that in 2017, Kenya were unable to make it to get any bronze, silver, or gold. They are pulled together with South Africa, who are the current reigning champions of Africa. Back in 2017, we had men, the final rankings for men. Sorry about that. The final rankings for men in the 2017 ACN that were held in Egypt. We had South Africa number 1, Egypt number 2, Ghana number 3, Kenya number 4, and Nigeria number 5. Yeah, so Njugushi is back. How are you doing? I hope your internet connection is now okay. Yes. Hello, Njugush.
I am back, and I think now you can hear me, right?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Yes, can you hear me properly?
Yes, yes, yes.
Good. Um, I was saying before I got
Yeah.
disconnected. This year you seem to be very quiet, or is it a New Year's resolution?
um, I have been quiet. Yes, I decided to take some break off media duties for some time, and then now I'm back. Now I'm back. It's good to take a break kidogo, so that at least you can also refresh and come back
Le-
fresh.
Mm.
Yeah, Jugush.
Yes, let's talk about African Cup of Nations.
Okay. Yeah, let me just go back to the pool. I was saying pool in the men, pool A, we have South Africa, Kenya, Namibia. In pool B, we have Egypt, Ghana, Nigeria, and Uganda. In pool A, Kenya has been drawn against South Africa, who are the current Africa reigning champions, or reigning champions of Africa. Remember that back in 2017, they were able to finish with gold. Kenya was ranked 4th. In Pool B, we have, I can say, debutants for a while. I'm not sure whether Uganda has participated in this tournament before, but I think it's safe to say it's their first time in a while. They've been drawn against Africa's number 2, Egypt, Ghana, and hosts Ghana and Nigeria. So let's start with Pool A. Um, a tough pool for Kenya, Jugush?
Simon, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, can hear you.
Check,
Yes, I can hear you, Jugush.
check,
Continue.
check.
Yeah, yeah, just proceed, Jugush. We can hear you.
Just repeat your question again, Simon.
Yeah, I'm saying, oh, sorry, we lost him. But anyway, at home, what do you think of Kenya's chances in this pool? Is it a difficult pool? Do you think Kenya can pull through as number 2? We have Namibia and South Africa. Remember, some of the Namibian players do play in the South African league, or they have some experience playing in the South African league. So it's interesting to see how Kenya performs. South Africa have taken a relatively new squad, not the usual names we are used to seeing, and Kenya also a mix of experience, youth and experience. We are going to look at the squads much later, but Njugush, I hope your internet is now okay and you can hear me. If you can hear me, just confirm.
Yes, I can hear you very clearly.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm asking, what do you think of Kenya's pool A? They've been drawn against South Africa and Namibia, and you've just got me saying that some of the players who play for the Namibian national teams do have experience playing in the South African league. So more or less, South Africa and Namibia is a derby. Kenya has taken a relatively fair squad in terms of experience and youth. What do you think of this pool?
It's a very hard pull, I must say, because
Mhm.
you know we just like you said, we're facing South Africa and Namibia, and almost half of Namibia's squad plays in South Africa clubs. But then I think this time around I was really happy with the men's squad, the inclusion of the likes of Alan Inungu and
Mhm.
what's his name, Fuchaka. Uh,
Mhm.
that was a really good thing. At least we have some more experienced players, and I believe this is something from you and I watched the trials for the African Cup of Nations, and
Mhm.
how that went. So I think that was I feel the basis to which Coach Kimanzi and Nani decided to beef up the squad a bit on that.
Yeah.
But it's a wait and see. I always say, hockey is one game you wait for 90 minutes, but it's not going to be easy. And I really hope
Mm.
that the squad has been prepared enough for that.
Yeah. Um, let's just have a look at. I'm trying to get um the fixtures on screen. Just give me a few minutes. It's been long since I've done this. I've actually forgotten how I used to do it. Yeah. Let's have a
Let me
look
tell you,
at.
even me when I come back, I think I'm going to struggle with that one.
Yeah. Jala Simba is asking, is Kenya even there? Yes, Kenya is there. What do you mean Kenya is not there? Kenya is there. Kenya is in the tournament. Kenya is in the tournament. Yeah, let's have a look at this. There is the squad. What do you think of that squad? Other than, as you've said, having that experience, we look at the
Mm-hmm.
goalkeepers. We have Silong and we have Solomon. Defenders, we have Constant, the captain. We have Masibo. We have Munialo Kennedy, who can also play in midfield. And then you have Edson.
Yeah.
I think he's new to the squad. And then you have Maxwell. So fair bit of experience in that defense. Midfielders, Alan, as you've mentioned, Ivan, we have Clifford, we have Clayson Luvanda, who's also experienced. We have Richard Juki, young blood there with Brian Ogenche. Forwards, we have Dunston Baraza. I think now we can say, despite his age, he's also an experienced head in that forward line. Although reports coming in do tell me that Dunston will also play in midfield. And then you have Festus Onyango, another experienced head. We have Bethel Titus, and then you have Francis Karaoke, who we can also say is an experienced head. So looking at that squad, well balanced.
Yes, it is, and I think, and I know we are going to discuss about the ladies.
Mhm,
I looked at this squad, and the first thing I noticed was that they are going with a lot of midfield, meaning they really
mhm,
want to push this game from the midfield going up, and
mhm,
and I think in my initial looking at it, that is what they want to do because even if you look at the defense itself, Fuchaka sometimes from the left back always swings and goes all the way to the front, pushing everyone ahead. So I know that is something they're going to do. So, and you've mentioned the likes of even Alan Inungu, whom I had mentioned earlier. Masibo is very good. It's not a bad squad. I've had some sentiments regarding the same, but I think I beg to differ. We have something that I think we can present
mhm,
going forward in my estimate. But
mhm.
I feel like they are going to crowd more of the midfield and then they push the game up front.
Mm. Yeah, we do know that the coaches we have this time round, that is Kimanzi and um I'm forgetting his name. But
The deputy president.
yeah, the deputy president. I'm forgetting his name.
Yes,
We do know that there are
yes.
coaches who like to have
Mike
a fair
Malungu.
bit. Mike Malungu, sorry for that.
Yes.
Mike
Yes.
Malungu and Kimanzi, we do know that there are coaches that do favor dominating in midfield and actually having fast attack, counter attacks. If you look at the fullbacks in that defense, if I can share that again, these are fullbacks, as you said, they bomb forward. They usually don't sit back, they usually go forward and provide attack. But now, looking at that team, as we've said, we have players who also played in the 2017 and the previous one, 2015. There, they have played against the likes of South Africa. So, do you think that it's an opportunity for them to provide that leadership to the team? Remember when we watched the friendly last year's friendly with Uganda? There was a bit of leadership lacking in the team. Will these experienced players like Luvanda, Fuchaka, uh, and and as we've seen in Inungu, provide
Yeah.
that leadership,
Actually,
that
yes.
experience.
Actually, I think they will. And one of the things that I felt that they needed to
Mhm,
change was
mhm,
probably have either Maxwell or Inungu as captains because I think then,
mhm.
but I think they will more or less play that role in the match itself. Uh,
Yeah,
Constant Wahura will just be, the one who will be talking to the ref. But in terms of the players, I think those two people are going to be the ones who are going to, deal with the young people in the pitch, which is what, as you have said,
yeah.
lacked in the friendlies that we had.
Mm, mm. Yeah. There's a question coming here. They are asking, is the team physically there? This is a question being asked by most of the fans. A quick answer is no. We are going to go into that much later in the show. Do stay tuned. So at the moment, the team is not there. They're still in the country, but we are going to have a discussion much later. We are waiting for someone who has full information on this to give us on the lowdown on what is happening. So continuing, Jugush, we do know that South Africa and Egypt currently are the favorites to go to the finals. But we have seen Ghana and Nigeria improve over the past
Mm-hmm.
few years, and we've seen a couple of their teams play in the ACCC later last year. Do we expect a wild card from Nigeria and Ghana probably to challenge the two top dogs in Egypt and South Africa?
Sadly, I, I I don't. I really don't think so.
Just be
And
honest.
I know I don't think so.
Mhm.
You know, now club champs was different in terms of, you know, this is team play, but now national team is bringing the best from everywhere, and you and I know how these two teams are. I was seeing I was watching I was seeing on Twitter, was it today? Yes, I think it was today is when Ghana announced their squad. Um, quite an impressive one, I must say, and I know we are going to discuss that at some point. And to be quite honest, it's going to be hard. In Ngumu, it's going to be hard. I don't. Well, they might advance to the quarters and the semis,
Mhm.
uh, but you never know. They might surprise. Ghana being at home, you know, home advantage is really key. So that is one thing that they might take advantage of, and because I've seen they have really rallied the team. You and I are in this WhatsApp group where each and every day uh, you can see Boake and crew are always posting things
Mm.
there. I I saw, like, you know, the media there is has really been publicizing what is going to happen in that squad, or rather
Yeah.
in that pitch, and so if they bring in the crowd, which is like the 13th player in the team,
I
then
think it's the 14th. If you remember the ACCC games, their crowd
yes,
was crazy. You remember that
yes,
derby they
yes.
had? Was it Ghana Police versus Ghana Army? It was a very
Ghana,
very
yes,
crazy
it was
crowd.
really crazy. Yeah, it was a
Mm.
really crazy crowd. So you can imagine that was probably just the police force and the army. Now here is the
Mhm.
whole country
Mhm.
gunning behind them, and we know, you know, the former president who died for Ghana was a really, he was a hockey player, former hockey player, and he really brought hockey to the limelight. And so it's going to be, if they still have that team spirit, and I know right now they are probably divided between football and hockey, considering the African Cup of Nations football is going on. But if they do that, then I think they are going to be a force to reckon, especially when they go past the quarters. Because definitely, I
Mm.
think they are going to go past, yeah, past
Okay.
the group stage.
Let's
Sorry,
quick.
yeah.
Yeah, let's quickly look at the other pool, that is Pool B. We have Egypt, Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda. Yeah, we've mentioned about Ghana already and Nigeria being wild cards and what to expect from them. But we saw Uganda last year, and we do know that they have a good team. Do you think that this is a team that can be able to match up against the other three teams that already have international experience playing in such competitions?
No, this one I'll be straightforward. It's a no, but it would be a very good learning experience for them.
Mhm.
Um, Considering the kind of game that they gave us here, it's going to be a very good experience for them. I think for East Africa, and let me be honest, we just need to improve ourselves. And I'm not saying that, Kenya will lose all games and everything, but here is where I think experience is what will play a very critical role in each and every game. So if we are able to match up our game and play as Kenya and not, playing into the game of the other team, then it's going to be easy for us. But if we say that, we keep uh, doing what we do, and play into the other people's other our opponents, to be a hard one.
Mhm. We seem to have lost you there, Njugush. Sorry, you were saying?
No, I was saying that experience is very key at this tournament, and I know that is
Mhm.
one thing that every team is going to bring on board. So that is a really important thing. As for Uganda, I think they are going to gain the experience, not to use the experience
Mhm.
that they have, but they are going to gain the experience that they need to go into this tournament.
Mm.
Unfortunately, and I think I don't know why. Probably, if we manage to get Saddam to get into the show and engage us, uh,
Mhm.
they would explain to us, because I thought that if they sent the clubs into the team, into the African Club Championships, then they could have helped. It could have helped probably in the experience, but they opted for the other side in terms of having a training just amongst themselves, and then get to
Mhm.
grow from there.
Okay. Yeah. We are waiting for
Which
Dennis. For
we hope
sorry, sorry,
which
Njugush.
I hope that it will bear fruits. I'm
Okay.
saying I hope
Yeah.
they're training within. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Sorry to cut you short. I'm saying that we are waiting for Dennis of iSport 360 from Ghana to come into the chat quickly to give us an update of what's going on. I'm aware that they are doing the branding of the stadium as we speak. So I hope he can just give us 5 minutes to give us an update. And also, iSport 360 will be having a conversation via Twitter space, via their Twitter space on Twitter. I think it should be around 11 p.m. Kenyan time. So you can just tune in and listen to the updates of the tournament. So quickly moving on to the women's pool, we have those teams. The pool A, we have South Africa, we have Namibia, Zimbabwe, Uganda. Another interesting fixture there, another derby. Jugush.
Yeah, that's true. Another derby.
Mhm.
This is going to be. I think in this pool, number two will be a hard one. Actually, number one and
Mhm.
number two
Mhm.
is going to be a really interesting one to watch for Pool B. For Pool
Mhm.
A, I don't know much about Namibia and Zimbabwe, who I also hear that most of their players also play in the South African League. So this will be like
Mhm.
another team meeting another one, another
Mhm.
players rather meeting other players. So it will be also be an interesting round to watch. It's also good to take note that Namibia ladies team has also been improving over the years. So it will be
Mhm.
good to see what have been happening versus Zimbabwe. Um, Uganda nadhani ni namba wanakuja kujaza hapo kidogo.
Unaweza ongea hivyo sahizi juu Saddam is not around. But if Saddam is from Uganda hockey, but I'm sure if Saddam was around aungeongea mbaya hivyo, but that's fine. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, looking at Pool B, Kenya, Ghana, of late, Ghana versus Kenya has been more or less like a derby, and I think this started out
Mm-hmm.
from the Blazers. Back then, they were known as Telcom. You remember GRA versus Telcom was quite a very very tough fixture, and I think from then on, because most players that play for Ghana and Kenya do play or played for those clubs, so this is more of a derby, an African derby to say, West versus East.
Yes, it is. West versus it. I'm waiting to see what Elizabeth of Ghana and our players back here will do. Elizabeth has been one trouble for us.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that this time around they'll be able to tame her and uh, clip her the nub so that she's not able to bring trouble to us. I know Brian is a really good fan of him, of her, and whenever he'll come here, I know he'll talk. He'll definitely talk about that. So
Hello.
Yeah.
it's
Hello.
very interesting to see, and I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Dennis. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you too?
Fine, thank you. Sorry. I know I'm taking you away from some duties over there,
Oh, never mind.
but
This is also very important. This is also very important.
okay. So, everybody, this is Dennis from iSport 360. He's just coming on here to give his views as well as a quick update on what's going on. So, you found us talking about Ghana versus Kenya women. Of late, it has been more of a West versus East derby. What are
Yes.
your views on that game?
Well, before I go on to comment on that game, I would want to ask. I've not seen the Kenyans around. Any
Mhm.
information? Because
Yeah.
I've been asking around, and there are a whole lot of
Mhm.
different information going around, and I want to hear from some of you.
Okay. So, word coming in, and this came in a few hours or minutes before the show, is that Kenya will be traveling tomorrow, that is afternoon or evening, and KHU, Kenya Hockey Union, have written to Africa Hockey to reschedule the women's match to Wednesday, from tomorrow to Wednesday. So that's the information you have at the moment. So the team will be traveling tomorrow.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
So Ghana and Kenya, the East versus West derby.
Mhm.
We are ready. The last time we played was in South Africa.
Mhm.
Yes, and we beat Kenya. I think by 3 goals to 1 or so. 3 goals to 2. It was close, but then it's been 2 years now. We don't know how how well Kenya has prepared this time. But then what you can tell is they've played a test match with Uganda, a neighboring country, and we know how it went. There have been a lot of justification as to why they lost to Uganda. But then we are seeing how they are going to put up a show here. But then with Ghana, I think we've been up for this event, and I can't say much because this time around, because of the COVID, after South Africa, we've not had any international match. We've not really played. We've not really tested our players. Even with our local leagues, it has been this way, that way. So I'm not saying I'm not confident in the team, but then I can't say much of what to expect. Unless maybe after the first, second match, then I'll be able to, justify that maybe this is the stage at which we are. But then, as always, I'll support Ghana ahead of Kenya, and I'm expecting that Ghana will beat Kenya.
Mm. Yeah. Juguna, do you think that Ghana will have a home advantage, as you've said? Their
Dennis, I
fans are
think you're
usually there.
hiding.
I'm hiding where? Hello.
You're hiding something. You're hiding something under that hat. You seem to be downplaying a lot of things. Uh, uh, but to be quite honest, your 14th player, what will
Come again.
Jugush, you are losing you.
be determined themselves is very, very important. Your fans are something. They are on another level.
Our fans, eh?
Knowing them, I know
Mm.
this is something that is going to be hard. Yes.
Sure. I
Yeah.
didn't really hear it clearly. Come again. Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Jugush, come again. We didn't quite hear you.
No, I was saying their 14th man, who are the fans, is going to be, they are going to really play a very critical role in that game.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Now, Dennis, let's speak about the preparations going on there. I'm aware that iSport 360, you're going to have a Twitter space. I think
Yes.
8 p.m. your time, but of course, you can give us a brief of what is going on currently there and what are the preparations towards tomorrow's event.
Okay, well, so we are ready. Ghana as a country is ready. The Ghana Hockey Association with the LOC has put everything in place. As we speak now, we are just putting finishing touches to the branding of the pitch, and then preparations for the opening ceremony. As you can see behind me, you can see that some decorations in Ghana colors. I cannot flip my camera. I would have made you have a look at, the pitch now. South Africa is training now. But then on the whole, I think with welfare issues for players, for officials, and what is required to host an international tournament, I think we are 97% through. And by 6 p.m. today, I think we can finally say that Ghana is ready to host tomorrow. But then with the teams coming in, everyone is in with the exception of Kenya. And earlier on is the reason why I asked about Kenya. South Africa has had their training today. Most of the teams have come to test the pitch and have a feel of the pitch. And I mean, we are good to go for the events. So the event starts tomorrow at 7 a.m. and we'll have the opening ceremony at 3 p.m. The match will be streamed on the FIH Watch, but then it will also be streamed through the Ghana Hockey Association Facebook page. Yes, so I think that is what I can put across now.
Okay. Yeah. Before you leave, I just like to ask about this Twitter space that is will be going around that time. I think in Kenya it should be 11 p.m., 8 p.m. your time. Just
Okay.
highlight a bit before I allow you to continue the organization of the tournament.
Okay. With the Twitter space, actually, it is Kingsley handling it. For now, I am out of all arrangements concerning iSports 360 because of the role I'm playing in this event with the organization with this event. So I wouldn't have much to say. But then my colleague Kingsley Boache. But then basically, it's going to be about the tournaments. It's going to be about preparations of the various countries. We'll delve into each and every country and how far they've come approaching this tournament using 2019 Africa Cup of Nations as a benchmark. Yes, so that's what is going on briefly.
Okay, quick prediction. Where do you think Ghana men and women will finish this time round?
Wow, that's a very tough one. But maybe as of now, I cannot make an objective prediction. But then I'll always attach sentiments to it, and then of course Ghana will be my favorite. So I am wishing it's a wish. I'm wishing Ghana will finish as finalists in both men and women category. But we all know it's going to be tough. But then, like I said earlier, I can't really tell how far our teams may even go because of how we've been bounded by this COVID-19 issues and our inability to compete in competitive events as a nation. Yes, so we'll leave that to chance. But then after tomorrow, if we're able to have a conversation again, I'll be able to tell you something more.
Okay,
Yes.
no worries. I'm sure I'll be able to pull you in for one of the
Sure.
previews or reviews
Great.
of Ghana versus Kenya game. Thank you, Dennis. Have a
Thank
good
you
one.
very much. You too.
Yeah.
You too. Thank you.
Bye bye. Yeah, Jugush, umejisikilia. What are your views on
I
the...
think Dennis anacheza chini, wanaficha game.
but well and fine. Unfortunately, the person we are waiting for to give us an update on what's going on with the Kenya national squad is unable to tune in, but we are just going to give you an update of what's going on. As we said, Kenya will travel tomorrow based on the word that's coming through. Elena Shiveka has confirmed that KHU have written to Africa Hockey. This is an article written by Brian Yonga. He's the one we were expecting to come through and give us an update of this. So there has been some confusion regarding the approval of the budget. Based on what I've asked, KHU made the application for the budget proposals early enough. When I spoke to Wiki back in December at the Mombasa tournament, he told me that the budget was submitted a long time ago. One of my contacts at the ministry says that the budget was submitted a bit late, so it's a bit difficult to know who is telling the truth and who is not telling the truth. But at the end of the day, this is not something that we should expect, especially for a major tournament.
Yeah, that's true. Of what's happening. Will this affect them mentally? This is something very critical. you and Kagochi have always talked about the game is won mentally before it is won inside the pitch. So this is something that is really critical, and I hope that they have been able to address this issue with the players so that it doesn't affect them in the pitch.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I do agree with you, and I think um, to some extent it's very unfair to the coaches, the players, as well as the federation, considering how long they've taken to prepare for this tournament. We do hope that, in fact, they will be able to travel. Yeah, there has been that confusion, which is not quite welcome. We have a lot of people who are concerned, who are discussing online. Um, there is a lot of information going through, a lot of unconfirmed information. There is also confirmed info. So we are still waiting and seeing. I think um, based on the way things are going, it looks more or less certain that the players will be traveling, and we do hope that Africa Hockey are going to accept that application to postpone Kenya's game. But coming on to the psychology of the players, I think also the coaches will have a tough job on their hands, making sure that the players are sharp, the players are mentally fit and ready to be able to handle that task. Remember, Jugush, this is not the first time this is happening. You remember that even the previous tournament, we went there late. We had a group of players arriving, I think, on the tournament date and straight going to the pitch. So that is something that we need to rectify.
We've also had
I'll say this.
accommodation issues before.
Yes, accommodation issues. Yes, yes, and it's sad that we are speaking about this in a preview. It is something that it is not good to discuss in a preview, and we shall not delve into it very much so that we can continue previewing the women's team and the women's game so that we can end. But this is what I'll say. Last year, you remember that discussion we had with the City Star CEO, and I also had a similar discussion with someone in the ministry. And what to me this is more or less evidence of what both of those gentlemen say. The guy in the ministry told me, I asked him, why is it that hockey we do struggle to get government support, we do struggle to get funding when it comes to tournaments and when we need pitches. And basically what he said, which was heartbreaking, is that hockey is regarded as a lesser sport. And you remember uh, that was said in one of our podcasts, that hockey is regarded as a lesser sport. And to me, I think that's something that even if we are a lesser sport, we should be able to get funding. Because my question is to you, Njugush, as we cut short this discussion. I think we can have this discussion much later in another podcast. But my question to you, do you think this will have happened to, let's say, another sport like football or rugby?
As you said, we really don't know the intrigues and the back story behind this, because you and I have information that the way you have said, we are regarded as a lesser sport. So could it be that we submitted early, but going round the chain, it has been a problem,
Mm.
or rather, it's not being regarded as a priority, or did we put enough effort to make sure that this thing has gone through fast enough as it is? Because it's one thing to submit a budget, but it's another thing to follow up and know that something had been done, or
Mm.
things have been pushed so that it's given priority the way it is, the way it's supposed to be. um, and so on that basis, I will agree with you that if it was another sport, for example, if it was rugby, I think they would have been given priority, and their money would have been released on time,
Mhm.
knowing that this thing is something that was very critical. I'm seeing your message, the message from Thomas Mushemi, who asks that for how long will the the federation depend. Rugby has changed the model, and it has been working. I'm not saying it is the best, and that is true. They have already secured funds for the next seventh assignment to their own means, and this is a true thing. And I think we've had this discussion before. I can't remember if it was Kwambo or or my good friend, the manager, the CEO of City Stars,
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
need to have a backup. That the government should be something that comes. If it comes well and good, it just boosts up what you have. But priority is to always have. For example, let me just go ahead and ask this question. Uh, I don't know what role the knock comes in and plays. Is it just kitting and providing the equipments that the players need, or do they go a step ahead and give some funds towards this? Number
Mm.
two, what role did the officials play in terms of looking for funds to ensure that at least airfare is there for this team? Because now we have to write again. When did the deputy president Elena Shiveka write that email to ask for the postponement of that match? When did they realize that this money, when were they supposed to go, and when did they realize that this money is going to delay? So let us send an early
Mm.
email to the tournament director and ensure that our games are rescheduled on time. Again, it goes back to planning. Timu ilikuwa imejipanga aje in terms of
Mm.
the officials, or rather the union, making sure that this squad is not inconvenienced in any way. Because you see, Kimanzi and Jackie will ensure that the team is ready, but the rest of it's upon the rest of the union to make sure that everything is set for them to travel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. As I said, I don't want us to talk about this uh, for long. We can have another podcast to discuss all these issues. But as you've said, it all goes down to planning. There's a lot of speculation, as you are saying. There's a lot of truths. There are a lot of
And sorry to
rumors and
cut you
lies.
short. I know you.
Mm,
I know you don't want us to talk about this, but how are they coming out and to say that this is what is happening? You and I have
mm,
had this discussion with them, both on air and even off air. That are you telling us? Are you giving us information that to kill all these speculations and rumors? Because people will always speak, and we are not. If people are not getting answers, it will always be assumed that probably what other people are saying is right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a tweet that I got earlier today. The tweet was from I think Hosea, if I'm not wrong. He tagged
Yes, I
us
know that
on
tweet.
Twitter. Yeah, and he says that basically Uganda, even when they are taking tea, they are posting that they are taking tea as a team, and more or less it comes down to the PR and the social media team there. But now going back to my point, Yugush, what I want to say is it's that I don't want to talk about this because I don't want to discuss it. It's just that I don't think this is the right time to discuss it. Um, and this is more or less a preview of the tournament, but I think it's fair enough. We get full information about what's happening, and then now, personally, I'll feel more comfortable talking about it. As I said, the information I'm getting from one side is that the calendar was done early. The other side is saying that a few things were not quite right, and they asked for corrections, and it came late. So um, that is what I have, and I cannot say for sure what is happening. And I think some of the things we don't know right now might come out with time. But for now, I think my advice to the team to the coaches, to the technical bench, to the federation is that let's do as much as possible to make sure that we do attend this tournament. And when we attend this tournament, we do our best to get there. Now, when we come back from the tournament, there should be a discussion about all those things that people are suggesting online. And you are suggesting where we look at the system, we look at where we are going wrong, and we look at how best to deal with this. But as at now, Njugush, my point is I don't feel it's the right time to talk about what should have happened and what should happen. I think the priority is let us get to the tournament, and then once we get there, can we win this tournament? Otherwise, if we do want to have that discussion, it's fair enough that we do give players their time. We do allow them to concentrate on the tournament, and then now, much later, we can discuss about that. I think that's my point on why I don't want to go into uh, that discussion about what is happening and what should have happened.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, yeah. So I understand most fans are agitated. Most fans are not happy. Yeah, fingers will be pointed. Questions will be asked. That's good. Those questions are good because we need answers about what's going on. Now, moving forward, Jugush, we had started previewing the women's team, and I think now we can have a look at the squad that Jackie Mwangi. Remember, this is the first. Uh, let's say international tournament that Jackie and her team will be taking charge. So, do you think Jackie has it cut out for her to make it to the final?
That's a very hard question, eh?
Mhm.
Knowing knowing Jackie and Barbara,
Mhm.
hiyo ni swali ngumu.
Mhm.
But I think being her first time together with Barbara, I think let's see what they have for us, or rather what they have in store for us. We saw a bit of it with the test matches with Uganda, so I think that was kind of a good platform for them to prepare themselves for this tournament. And you and I have attended one of their few training sessions, and we could see what they are
Mhm.
doing. And I think this is let's see. For the ladies, let us see. It's not going to be easy, but I think they are going to bring their best game in this tournament, and I know they are going to prove themselves worth it.
Yeah, looking at the goalkeepers, they are not the ones we are used to. We have Fiona, we have Millie. Defenders, Lin Mwangi. I think this will be her first international tournament to participate for Kenya. We have Beatrice Bogwa, experienced there. We have Vivian Anyango, we have Vivaldi Akoth, Flavia Motiva, another experienced head. And then you have Naomi Kemunto, Morino Witi, Morino Kumu, Grace Akumu, Leo Mwanto, Tamunai Kipsang, Jerry Anyanchama, fairly youthful midfield there. I also think, and I'm not sure, but I saw her in a Kenyan kit. We have Jili Okumu, who is there. I'm not sure why she's not on this list, but for the forward line, you have Grace Bure, you have Alice Owiti, Rhoda Kuira, experienced there, Chebete Leno, electric forward. I expect her to be among the top scorers for this tournament. And you have Aurelia Opondo. As you've seen there, you have Jacqueline Mangi, Barbara, as you've mentioned, and Glennis Namasake. Remember, these three have played each other, have played with each other for Telcom and Blazers, and also for Kenya. So, is that experience enough for them to actually guide this? Um, as we've seen both teams do that, have experience and youth. These three, do they have enough in them based on their experience to actually look at matches and say, girls, we've done this, you can also do it?
Yeah, I think they have the muscle to do this. So, and they are going to pour out to these players again, just like the men's squad. I see a lot of game being played in the midfield, going up and coming back to defend the goals. Just like you, you have mentioned. I was so surprised. I was so surprised not to see Gilly on this list, but also I saw her on that photo. So
Mhm.
let's hope that she's in that squad. Are we going to expect another squad again? That is a good question to ask. But anyway, it's just one person, so um, it's not really something of of
Tutamchangia fair.
consequence. From Changia Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good. In
Mm.
terms of preparations, I also saw, and this is a good thing to mention, the goalkeepers coach,
Mhm.
which is something we've not seen common in our Kenyan game, rather national
Mhm.
team. But this time around, they had a very good, dedicated coach, which is something good. I think generally, just like I said, and I'll repeat it again, it's going to need a lot of um, they're going to pour out their experience onto this team, because if
Mm.
you look at even like I looked at the Nigerian squad, looks more or less the same,
Mm.
including the technical bench. So it's just like the men. It's experience that is going to play a very critical role in this game, in this
Mhm.
tournament. And I hope that again, the mental health, or rather the mental strength of these players will not be affected in any way regarding this issue.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, let me just load this quickly before we come to an end. Um, we if you look at that pool, it's a very tricky pool for Kenya. As we said, we have the West and East Derby. I think two of them in Nigeria, and then we have Zambia. I don't think Kenya has played Zambia before. Um, do you think that Zambia is the underdog for this pool?
Yes, it is, because you don't know much about it. But again, you don't know what has been happening down there, considering, with COVID, we've not been seeing much of what has been happening around the world in
Mhm.
terms of hockey. But let's wait and see, because I think it was Boake who said that, we might have a COVID winner in this tournament, not the
Mm.
usual squad that we've always been expecting. The one team that we are missing in this tournament is Egypt, and I don't know why they didn't bring their ladies team, because I think they would have been a really good team to also watch in this squad, considering knowing how they usually play. But again,
Mm.
those are things that we will always wait and see, to see how it was.
Yeah.
But with this, it is Zambia is the underdog, but let's wait and see how things will go.
Yes. Remember that you can always get the pool tables, fixtures, results from our official website. That is hockeyke.com. We have set up a special page where you can go in and actually be able to see the fixtures there. So there might be some fixture changes. I think this is just a disclaimer based on the reports coming through that Kenya have made a request to have the ladies fixture postponed. Remember that Kenya are playing. If you look at the women's fixtures there, Kenya will be playing tomorrow. That is at 12 p.m. Kenyan time. So also you can be able to watch these games via the watch.hockey app. That is the FIH one. So Jugush, make sure you share this page with others. Also, guys, in the comment section, I see your comments and there are a lot of questions coming through, but you'll have to bear with me. We'll have another podcast to discuss those matters that you've posted on the comment section. But for now, let's just do a preview. So, Njugush, um, quick prediction. Who do you think will go through to the finals? And I want you to be honest.
The men's pool.
Yeah, let me load the pools again so that you
Eh,
can give me your quick
what?
prediction. Let's start with pool A.
Eh, of course, I think we are going to proceed to the quarters, depending on our Namibia game.
Mhm.
How that will go, because that I think will be the determining factor. Because if I'm not wrong, from the pooling we go to the quarters, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, I think it's to the semis.
Semis direct,
Yeah.
and they're picking number 1 and 2, right?
Mm. Let me confirm with the fixtures. Let me just confirm. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, it's they are going to the quarters.
they're going to
So
the
we'll have
quarters.
third
So
pool. Yeah, we have third pool A playing fourth pool B, and then we have third pool A playing fourth pool B. Sorry, men third pool A playing fourth pool B, and then we'll have third pool B playing winner match 22. First pool A playing second pool B, and then first pool B playing second pool A.
we are all going to the semis in our
Mm.
pool. That's what, according, if what you're saying is right.
Njugush, no, let me correct you. Actually, it's the semi-final straight. Those are classification matches. Sorry. So after the
Okay.
pools, they are going to the semis, and then after the semis, we'll
and
before the
and
semis, we'll
and
have the classification matches. Yeah.
okay. So
Mm.
that means they are picking number 1 and 2 to go to the semis. So
Yes.
we may
Yes.
proceed to the semis.
Hmm.
Uh, we may proceed to the semis. Just pull back the because I want to look at pool B, how things look like on the other side. Hapa ndio tricky. Uh,
Mm.
actually, the pool of death is pool B. Hapa ndio
Mhm.
mambo itakuwa tricky, but um,
Mhm.
I think Ghana. I don't know. This can I give two predictions? Finals:
Yes. Mhm.
South Africa, Ghana finals, or
Mhm.
South Africa, Egypt finals.
Okay.
Mm.
For me, I think looking at this, we'll have. Um, I think South Africa and Kenya will go to the semi-finals, and then in the other pool we'll have Egypt and Ghana going through. For the finals, I think we'll have South Africa and Egypt. Um, and it pains me to say that, but yeah, as the saying goes, it is what it is. Looking at the women's,
Mm.
we have South Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and Uganda, and then you have Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, and Zambia. What are your quick predictions so that we can end the show?
Ghana, Nigeria finals,
Mhm.
or South Africa, Nigeria finals.
Mm, mm,
Mm.
mm.
I think the determining game for Ghana and Nigeria in the classification match is what will really determine a lot in that pool.
Mm, mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So once again, thank you very much for all your comments coming through. Um, we are going to, as I said, you've asked very good questions. Personally, myself and Jugush, we are going to do due diligence and do research, because what the last thing we want to do is to have wrong information going around. But for now, let's wish the Kenyan team all the best as they are wait to travel. So I see Kingsley asking whether the Kenyan team has traveled, but we can confirm that they are yet to travel. Word is they will travel tomorrow, and they have made an application to Africa Hockey to have the women's fixture postponed to or rescheduled to Wednesday. So Njugush, your final thoughts as we come to the end.
I think it's just to. This will be a very interesting tournament to watch, and I'm looking forward to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm, mm. Same here. It's an interesting one. We have a new team coming through, or new teams coming through. We are yet to see how they are going to play, and COVID has also played a role. We haven't seen these teams play. Remember, iSport 360 are going to have a Twitter space running from I think 11 p.m. our time, 8 p.m. their time, but we are going to post the links on our socials. Remember to follow Hockey K on all social media platforms. We shall be doing previews and reviews of the Kenyan matches. And Jugush is of Hockey Kenya. Where can guys find you and your page?
Hockey Kenya on all
Hivyo
our
tu.
socials. Hivyo tu.
Yeah. Yeah, on all our socials. Yeah, lastly, guys, I know, as I said, I know you have a lot of questions, but let's stay optimistic, let's stay positive, and then after the tournament we can have an inquest and questions being asked. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, have a lovely evening, have a safe one, keep safe, and good night. Bye bye.